So what is petroleum engineering all about? Petroleum engineering involves the integration of knowledge, information from multiple fields in order to develop customized solutions that can produce hydrocarbons from underground reservoirs once they've been located by geoscientists. Reservoir engineering is a branch of petroleum engineering where scientific principles are applied to drainage problems. These drainage problems can occur during the production of oil and gas and the development of various fields. This has a high impact on the economy of various oil and gas reservoirs. We want to be able to maximize the hydrocarbon production from the reservoir, as well as minimizing the production of associated water. So we investigate these reservoirs with the geoscientists, looking at seismic, looking at well data, developing static models or models of the field, and helps us to understand the various characteristics of the field and helps us to determine the best ways of producing that particular reservoir. Another branch of petroleum engineering is drilling engineering. This involves the planning and developing and placement of boreholes within the subsurface. And during the past few years, this has become a very important aspect of petroleum engineering. Drilling engineers are considered to be highly technical individuals who can put that borehole, put that drill bit at an exact location in the subsurface. The development of shale reservoirs has resulted in directional drilling becoming a very state-of-the-science type of solution that is used in shale reservoir development. Another aspect of petroleum engineering that is used in shale reservoir development is completion engineering. Well, completion engineers design and implement and evaluate various completion methods that can be performed on a reservoir after the well has been drilled and cased. So the primary goals are to stimulate the reservoir to its maximum production while minimizing water production. So this is also another discipline within petroleum engineering that has become of importance with regards to shales. Another discipline within petroleum engineering is production engineering. A production engineer works to maximize hydrocarbon production from oil and gas fields in a cost-effective manner. They monitor production from a field, develop various techniques to improve the hydrocarbon extraction, develop methods of drilling more efficiently, determine the need for new and improved tools. Another discipline is enhanced oil recovery. This is a discipline that is used after the field has gone through its primary production and its secondary production phases. So the pressure within the reservoir has been depleted. Many enhanced oil recovery techniques utilize things like CO2 and polymers, which are injected underground into the reservoir in order to force additional oil out of the reservoir. This can be a fairly complicated process, and you have to integrate with the geoscientists in a very large way. The number of oil fields that are in the United States there's a lot of them, and enhanced oil recovery techniques are becoming fairly popular, particularly in the very large reservoirs. Facilities engineering involves the design and construction of onshore and offshore facilities. They are usually involved in the designing, building, and running of these facilities that are needed to produce the oil and gas, handle things like produced water, injection systems that might be associated with the enhanced oil recovery processes, solution gas, things of that nature. So a facilities engineer is specifically focused on the surface facilities and the construction of those facilities and maintaining them. Now, all of these disciplines have various levels to them. We can be doing cutting edge research in reservoir engineering where we're extremely focused on a particular aspect of reservoir engineering, or we can utilize what we have found in that research and apply it in a broader scope. And this is when we implement what is found within the research and implement it into the field. But these disciplines are not standalone disciplines where they're by themselves, not when we look at all of petroleum engineering. So we will have research that is focused in these different disciplines, and then as we implement them into the industry, they become integrated into petroleum engineering as a whole. So when we look at petroleum engineering, we're looking at a broad integration between those disciplines. They influence each other, and the more you know about these different disciplines, the better you can identify how they will integrate together to come up with a good solution for a particular reservoir, for a particular field. Now, those are not standalone by itself in petroleum engineering also. We integrate with other sciences like the geosciences. I myself am a geologist, and I've done a lot of work with reservoir engineers. So geology, geophysics, and the other disciplines within the geosciences also integrate with petroleum engineering. Petroleum engineering also integrates with other engineering aspects, such as civil engineering, mechanical engineering. So you should not think of petroleum engineering as a standalone engineering discipline or drilling engineering as a separate discipline. They all eventually integrate and influence one another. And the more you understand about these different disciplines, the more you will understand how they can integrate to provide a full solution. We hope that you will consider coming to petroleum engineering at the University of Wyoming. Come by and see us.